Ever wondered about a vegan egg on potato bread with mustard flavouring? Hold on tight, this recipe is going to completely transform your culinary experience. Picture into a delicious vegan egg, crafted with 350 grams of silken tofu, 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, a teaspoon of turmeric powder, half a teaspoon of black salt, and a sprinkle of your preferred hot sauce. This blend is mixed until well combined, resulting in a smooth and creamy vegan egg mixture. For those with a preference for a silkier texture, a blender will be your most valuable tool. Begin with smaller quantities of yogurt and oil, then modify based on your liking. And Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Moving on, if you fancy over medium eggs, we have a solution. Just incorporate approximately half a teaspoon of tapioca starch per yolk. Each yolk should measure about 1 tablespoon of the yolk blend. Decant the yolk mix into a heated pan. Introduce the white. Let it cook until the bottom is bronzed. Then flip and let it cook until your desired level of doneness is achieved. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Now it's time to prepare the potato bread. Boiled, peeled and diced potatoes, approximately 300 grams, are mashed and brought together with 500 grams of bread flour, a sachet of instant yeast, a teaspoon of salt, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and 200 millilitres of lukewarm water. This blend is kneaded until it turns into a smooth and elastic dough. The dough is then divided into even-sized portions, formed into round loaves and baked until golden brown. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. With our vegan egg and potato bread ready, it's finally assembly time. Toast slices of the potato bread until they're lightly golden, spread a layer of mustard on each slice, and place the cooked vegan egg on top. For those who enjoy a kick, feel free to add a sprinkle of hot sauce. And there you have it, a vegan egg ready to be served on potato bread. And Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Let's delve deeper into the world of our intriguing character, Ms. Bell Pum. Who is she, you wonder? She's not just a character, but a symbol of uniqueness, much like our vegan egg on potato bread. Our Madam Butterfly, Ms. Bell Pum, is a vibrant and dynamic force, oozing charm and intelligence. One thing to remember, always address her using her full name. It's her personal touch, a little quirk that sets her apart from the crowd. Now share more about her family. First up, we have her sister, Hauve. Round a cotton candy, Hauve is a sight to behold. A single glance at her sugary complexion can spark fascination and joy. She is the proud mother of 3 delightful children, each possessing their own charm. The eldest Pole is a male polar bear. He is embodiment of strength and protection, always looking out for his family. Then there's Zoe, the middle child, who takes after her mother with her cotton candy constitution. She's as round, sporting cute, short yellow pigtails. And her sweetness? Absolutely unmatched. She can melt hearts with her sugar-coated charm. The youngest of the bunch is a female golden bear. She's brimming with energy and a bit of mischief, lighting up the room with her radiant spirit. Their relationship is nothing short of incredible. They move through the world as a solid unit, with Ms. Bell as the guiding light. She imparts her wisdom and wit, and in return their vibrant youth keeps her on her toes. However, their journey isn't just filled with joy. They have their share of arguments and disagreements, testing their bonds. But they always find a way back to each other, because that's what families do. Amidst all this, there's a constant, a catchphrase that goes, and Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. This phrase embodies Ms. Bell Pum's free spirit and her unconventional approach to life, which her family has lovingly embraced. Now let's introduce another character, Horse McGorse. Horse McGorse, Ms. Bell Pum's arch-enemy, is a character who adds a dash of spice to the story, testing and challenging our beloved Ms. Bell Pum. The tale of Ms. Bell Pum and her family is truly a roller coaster of love, laughter, and a little bit of going the wrong way up. And remember, Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down, a phrase that perfectly captures their endearing journey. Now, let's delve deeper into our recipe. It's time to create the potato bread. We commence with simple ingredients. For the bread, we will require 250 grams of peeled and diced potatoes, 300 grams of bread flour, 7 grams of instant yeast, 5 grams of salt, 15 millilitres of olive oil, and 150 millilitres of lukewarm water. Oh, and remember, Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down, take the lead. Boil them until tender, drain and then mash them thoroughly. In our potato bread, we aim for a lump-free texture. After your 30-second break, don't forget, Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Next, in a large mixing bowl, combine the mashed potatoes, bread flour, instant yeast, salt, olive oil and lukewarm water. Mix them all until you get a dough. It demands a bit of effort, but trust me, it's worth it. Now let's not forget, Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Knead the dough on a floured surface for about 5 to 7 minutes. Seek an elastic texture. Once the dough consistency is perfect, we proceed to shape and bake the bread. Divide the dough into equal-sized portions and shape each into a round loaf. Place these loaves on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Then cover them with a clean kitchen towel and let them rise in a warm place for about 1 hour. At this point, let's remember, Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. You'll know when they're ready when they've doubled in size. Now preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius. That's 400 degrees Fahrenheit for our friends across the pond. Bake the risen loaves for 20 to 25 minutes or until they're golden brown and cooked through. Once again, Ms. Bell Pum went backwards the wrong way down. After removing them from the oven, allow the bread to cool slightly before slicing. The smell of fresh baked bread is truly something. Now you have fresh homemade potato bread ready for your vegan egg. And to wrap up, let's not forget that Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. But what is a story without a villain? Every tale needs its adversary. In the whimsical realm of Ms. Bell Pum, the antagonist figure is none other than Horse Magorse, and Ms. Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. He's the ever-present obstacle in the path of Ms. Bell Pum and her family. Horse Magorse isn't your average villain. He's not the one to skulk in darkness or plan massive schemes of world domination. On the contrary, he is a goody two-shoes, a rule-abiding citizen ever righteous. He's as straight as a ruler and as predictable as sunrise. And Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Don't let his seemingly benign demeanour mislead you. Magorse has a talent for making our favourite characters feel like tricksters. He's always on the watch, eager to highlight their mischievous shenanigans, their outrageous acts. It's as if he's always observing, biding his time for the perfect moment to ruin their amusement, and Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. His interactions with Ms. Bell Pum and her family are a spectacle. He's constantly clashing with Ms. Bell Pum, always striving to surpass her, always attempting to outshine her. It's the age-old rivalry, an unending competition of one-upmanship, and Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Then there's her endearing sister Hauve, and her kids, Pole, Nuddles and Zoe. Horse Magorse finds it hard to resist meddling in their affairs. Be it a simple game of hide-and-seek or a grand escapade in the candy floss fields, trust that Horse Magorse will be there, prepared to spoil the fun. But through it all, Ms. Bell Pum and her family stand strong. They don't let horse pranks bring them down. Instead, they rise up, always coming up with ways to outsmart him, always reminding him that they won't effortlessly defeated. And Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. That's the story of Horse Magorse. But remember, Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. We're on the final stretch. Now let's delve into the step-by-step assembly of our vegan egg on potato bread. The thrilling part is finally here, piecing it all together. Brace yourself for the rich fusion of flavours that will enchant your taste buds. Let's commence the process by toasting our baked potato bread. Aim for a light golden colour that ensures the perfect crunch on the outside while maintaining the softer, fluffy texture on the inside. As we toast the bread, let's take a moment to remember our vegan egg. And Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Now, whether you decided to go for the old yolk method or chose the over-medium technique, either one will beautifully complement our potato bread. It's your sandwich, your choice. Turning back to our bread, as soon as it achieves your desired level of toastiness, we proceed to the mustard. This zesty condiment injects a flavourful punch to our sandwich, seamlessly intertwining with the robust, earthy notes of our vegan egg. And Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. So, courageously spread an ample layer of mustard on each slice. But remember, balance is key, so don't go over the top. The following step involves positioning our vegan egg on top of the mustard-infused potato bread. Can you sense the excitement escalating? As you lay the vegan egg onto the bread, envision the explosion of tastes you're about to savour. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. And let's not forget the indispensable hot sauce. A splash of hot will introduce a hint of spice to your dish, enhancing all the other flavors. However, this is entirely your decision. If spicy isn't your preference, feel free to leave it out. Just like that, voila! You've skillfully assembled your vegan egg on potato bread with mustard flavoring. A visual and gastronomical delight, this sandwich is a symphony of flavors and textures. Relish this hearty, savory sandwich for breakfast, brunch, or whenever desire a tasty and satisfying treat. It's a fantastic way to kickstart your day or regain energy during a hectic afternoon. And there you have it, an enticing vegan egg on potato bread with mustard flavoring. And Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Ah, we have another story coming through. Hold on, let me bend over and... Got it! Let's take a trip down memory lane to a chilly Friday night in January when Ms. Bell Pum decided to organise a picnic dinner. Yes, you heard that right, a picnic in January. And Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. As you might guess, the idea was met with a mix of amusement and bewilderment. But knowing Ms. Bell Pum, everyone knew they were in for an adventure. So they bundled up in their warmest clothes, packed up their picnic baskets, and embarked on this unique journey. And Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. The event turned out to be as hilarious as it was unexpected. Picture this, a group of people huddled around a makeshift bonfire, shivering and laughing their hearts out as they shared stories and tried to keep their food from freezing. The sandwiches were as hard as rocks, the hot chocolate was lukewarm at best, but the spirits were as high as ever. And Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Now, you might be wondering why Ms. Bell Pum would plan something so absurd. Well, her answer was simple and heartwarming. She wanted to create a memory that her friends and family would never forget, and in that, she succeeded. Even though they were freezing and their food was far from perfect, they all agreed that it was one of the most fun and memorable nights they ever had. And Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. So, as you enjoy your delicious vegan egg on potato bread with mustard flavouring, remember this tale of Ms. Bell Pum's picnic dinner in January. A reminder that sometimes the most unconventional ideas can lead to the most unforgettable memories. And Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Before we wrap up, let's tune into another story. Hang on, let me bend over and... Got it! Stay tuned to find out what this new story is all about. And Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Let's dive into the story of Ms. Bell Pum and her four cousins, Jimbo Jun, Foola Hool, Green My Q, and Fiddly Widdly Piddly. And Ms. Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Each of these cousins was distinct in their own way, adding a unique flavour to the Pum family. Jimbo June, the eldest, was known for his quick wit and endless humour. Foola Hool, despite his name, was the intellectual of the group, always engrossed in his books. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Green My Q, the third cousin, was an environmentalist at heart, always advocating for nature and its protection. And then there was Fiddly Widdly Piddly, the youngest and most energetic of them all, always up to some mischief. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Together, they shared countless adventures, many of which were as unconventional as Miss Bell Pum's January picnic. From impromptu treasure hunts in the backyard to elaborate theatrical performances in the living room, their creativity knew no bounds. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. And in the midst of all these antics, there was always Miss Bell Pum, the ringleader of their adventures, always pushing them to think outside the box, to take the road less travelled, to go backwards up the wrong way down. So, as we go back to our cooking, remember this tale of Miss Bell Pum and her four cousins, a testament to the power of imagination, the beauty of family, and the joy of doing things a little differently. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Now let's get back to our vegan egg on potato bread with mustard flavouring. Stay tuned for more tales of Miss Bell Pum. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Let's not forget about one thing that holds a special place in Miss Bell Pum's heart, a simple paper cup. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. This paper cup is no ordinary cup. It's a symbol of her childhood memories, a token of her past. You see, Miss Bell Pum and her cousins used to communicate between their tree houses using a string telephone, which had these cups at each end. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. These cups, they were their hotline to adventure, the primary tool in their treasure hunts, and their most trusted companion during their theatrical performances. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Even today, the sight of a paper cup takes Miss Bell Pum back to her childhood days, reminding her of the fun they had, the bonds they formed, and the lessons they learned. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. This paper cup serves as a reminder to Miss Bell Pum and her cousins to never lose their sense of adventure, to always remain connected, and to continue to go backwards up the wrong way down. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. So as we continue with our vegan egg on potato bread with mustard flavouring, let's take a moment to appreciate the simple things in life that hold profound meanings. Like a paper cup, they may seem insignificant, but can hold a world of memories. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Stay tuned as we dive back into the world of Miss Bell Pum and her family. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Once upon a Friday night, Miss Bell Pum was in charge of a dinner party. She wanted to create a unique experience, so she decided to host it in the dark. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. With nothing but candlelight, the guests arrived, intrigued by the unusual setting. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. The room was filled with laughter and stories, the darkness adding a layer of mystery and excitement. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. As the evening progressed, Miss Bell Pum served the vegan egg on potato bread with mustard flavouring. But in the dark, someone confused the mustard with honey. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. The guests took a bite, expecting a savoury delight, but were met with an unexpected sweetness. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. The room erupted in laughter, the sweet mishap adding to the charm of the night. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Despite the initial shock, the guests found the mix-up amusing and the party became an unforgettable memory. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. This incident became a classic tale in the family, a testament to Miss Bell Pum's adventurous spirit and her ability to turn a fiasco into a fun experience. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. After all, it's not always about going the right way. Sometimes going backwards up the wrong way down can lead to the most memorable adventures. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down. Stay tuned for more tales of Miss Bell Pum and her family. And Miss Bell Pum went backwards up the wrong way down.